Hello, hello, and welcome to Astronomy 020 at Solano College, where we're going to be covering the laboratory side of astronomy. This is astronomy laboratory. Okay, so this video applies to two sections, section 101.84 and 101.85. So if you're in either section, this is the video for you. Okay, so what do you need to think about during this first week? I'm posting this video on Tuesday, the first day of the semester. Well, you want to make sure that you're looking at the Canvas page, looking at the labs, all right? So there's going to be labs that unlock once per week, so one lab per week. They cover all kinds of topics in astronomy. And the method of these labs is that they are all remote. So they're mostly computer-based. Some of them require you using everyday objects at home as well, but most of them are computer-based simulations using a particular group of software from a different university that created simulations that are that you can download, and I include the steps on that. And then there are some that use some open source software and some different techniques. I try to mix it up, including some virtual sky software. Okay, so there's a variety of approaches, a variety of simulations covering a lot of different topics. In this case, we're going to think about observational astronomy a little bit, so looking up at stars and talking about constellations and so on, but also very much looking into what type of measurements an astronomer would make in terms of electromagnetic measurements or in terms of different signals coming from space. Okay, just direct photo observations and so on. Okay, so that's gonna be a big side of it. Besides just looking at the stars in the sky that you would see on a dark night. Okay, so the course is pretty straightforward. It's just the one lab per week. You can see that if you scroll down to the syllabus because labs are discussed. And by the way, the syllabus document is right in that first module. So you can see that the only module that's currently unlocked actually includes the syllabus document, the same one I have open. There is a single exam, a lab practical. I'll mention that in just a second. But basically, it's just those labs, one per week, and I do drop one. And then there's that final lab practical. That's 20% of your grade. So you want to think about where the points are coming from and what you need to do to be successful in the class, in this lab. All right, so here's the calendar. This is included in that syllabus document. So you can look at all the different labs, get a preview of things to come. But again, I'll just be posting one of these per week. All right, so you can see you go all the way up to the last lab in May, the lab 17, on extrasolar planets, if you've heard of those. And in parentheses is the type of software or type of lab. So you can see some use this NAAP, which is that other university, their site. Some use ImageJ, and then others use Stellarium. And some don't fall in that category at all, where you're just going to use measurements at home. Okay? All right, those are especially the first ones. Okay, so you can see the progression of ideas throughout the semester goes from basic observational astronomy up to more complex ideas in terms of understanding black holes and relativity and so on. Okay, there are important dates in the syllabus and then some other general college information. So you go ahead and check out the document, make sure to read it all the way through to get an idea what the class is all about. Lab 1 is already posted. It's going to be due this Sunday. All labs are going to be due on Sunday. You can submit them late, but you lose 10% for every day they're late. Okay? And if you look at a lab 1 is a great example. So if you were to go, you can see that there is a directional video. There'll always be a directional video that I filmed explaining how to get started on the lab. All right, like I would do if this was an in-person class. And then there is the lab handout. And then there will be a submission ability to submit a file upload in the PDF format by that particular due date. And again, if you're late, you lose some points. All right, so that's what you'll be doing every week. You'll basically have all week to do it. Labs should take a couple hours. And you can see that you can just scroll down through them. You will see these as they unlock. And we'll talk more about the lab practical when the day comes. Do make sure that you're available on Tuesday, the 24th of May, because that's the day that the lab practical is going to take place. It's all day, but once you start it, it's timed. We'll talk a lot more about that when I get closer. I'll be sending announcements periodically throughout the semester. And please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about the course. The best way to do that is through Canvas. Send me a message because I'm on Canvas all the time. You can also send me an email through my district email, but I prefer messages through Canvas. Okay? All right. Well, welcome to the course. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.